Hey, how you doing? Good. Good evening. This is 5 p.m. West African time. It's 3 hours later than we typically would do this. I had to bring this later because I had another meeting. I had a clash. But thanks for making it. Thanks for being here as we do our book club. We do this every Sunday at 2 p.m. West African time. Today we're doing it at 5 p.m. We'll be back to our normal time next Sunday, God willing. And right now we are doing a summary through our eighth book in the series. We finished the book 2 weeks ago, and we're presently doing a summary through the book. We had our first take on that last Sunday, and we're able to go do introduction, chapter one, chapter two, chapter three. And we're going to continue with chapter four today. So thanks for coming along. Thanks for being here. Our next book we're preparing for is going to be the confidence game. The confidence game. We're going to learn about how the con artists work. What is it that they have on us that make them have their way on us? And so we're going to learn how to the act of manipulation, you know, the act of duping people with the intent of having won against these people such that we don't get duped again. And also we can use what is meant for evil for good, because we can use the same techniques to do good things, right? We can use it as a selling technique. We can use it, to go about, winning in the marketplace in a way that we are ethical, we are moral, and we're still winning by reason of this knowledge. So be the knowledge you for both to be defensive and to be offensive. That's what we're going to be getting, as we read through the book. And in support of the book, I got two more books inside that would help us. I don't have a second one here as I left it back in the office, but this is one of the books that will help us as we read through that book. Is the book The Big Con, the story of the confidence man. So things that would help us as we learn about the confidence game, how to play the confidence game in life. We say confidence is a new sexy, right? If you don't have confidence, you're not going to win in life. If you don't have confidence, God cannot help you. So when you go spiritually, even God saying that he will be with Joshua as he was with Moses, repeated several times and say, this is a clue. This is the secret. This is the key to my being with you as I was in Moses. He said, be thou courageous. Only be thou courageous. Yeah, courage, comes from a place of confidence also, right? So we're going to be learning how to do our part, so as to allow providence work for us, as we go through all of this. All right. So back to our main book itself is the Gold Mine Effect by Rasmus Ankersen, and we're going to run through from chapter four. We'll see how far we can go. If we can finish the whole book today, great, but we'll go as far as we can go, get as much as we can get from it, So as always, I'm going to bring up my slide and we'll have a structured time going through the book. All right, great. So we finished chapter three last week. We're on starting here from chapter four. And the title of chapter four is just saying we're all quitters. We all have a tendency to quit before we get to where we're going to, because we're limited by our mindset. There's that story spoken about, the 1 mile, the man that did 1 mile in, is it whatever time he used to do it. But before him, it was known that you could not do the 1 mile within that time period. And nobody was able to break that record. But one man decided, I am going to break that record. And he did. And once he did, every other person was able to break that barrier. So we can go beyond what we think. We can go beyond. We are limited by our consciousness. We are limited by our mentality. We are limited by our knowledge. We can extend the cut, the extent, the boundaries of our existence if we bring our imagination to bear, right? It will bring our imagination and desire to bear. There's one saying that says that you never know how far you can go until you go as far as you can go, right? Until you push yourself to your limit, you will never know how far you can really go, right? So most times we think of ourselves less than we can. I can't do this. I can't do this. This is this. I can. Have you tried it before? Have you tried it before? Don't give up too early. Don't give up too early. Your mind is there. It wants to keep you safe. It's not actually telling you what your limit is, right? The things we have been taught was our limit. We have exceeded them several times, and we keep exceeding them. If only someone would dare to try. We always thought that we could not fly until some people began to build aeroplanes to fly. Now we fly anyhow, right? People are now building fast trains that will get us in a jiffy to wherever it is that we need to get to, right? If only we use our leverage position that God has given to us, we'll be able to do much, 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 much more that we can never think or we can never think of, right? We'll be able to amaze ourselves if we think, if we try, if we think, try, right? We'll be able to amaze ourselves. There's a whole lot more inside of us than we can ever imagine, right? There's a whole lot more invested in each of us than we can ever imagine. Our place is to keep on pressing, keep on pressing, keep on pressing, keep on pressing, keep on doing a little more, right? And beginning to break the boundaries, beginning to, shame the doubters, right? That you have capacity beyond your imagination. If only you exert yourself, if only you try, if only you show up and do what you can. Do what you can. The way to do miracles is do what you can today with what you have where you are. Do what you can today with what you have where you are. And you will amaze yourself how much more you can do as you do what you can. As you amaze yourself how much more you can do as you do what you can. Right? So um the quote pretty much that runs the whole of chapter 4 is that the mind is everything muscles, right? Muscles can be built, muscles can be stretched, muscles can be torn and rebuilt again, right? I can talk all the time. I get a workout. I do power training, right? You can build your muscle. You can extend what your muscles can do, right? Because you can do 20 lifts today. If you continue doing that 20 lifts, you grow your muscles to a place where you can do 25, you can do 30, you can do 40, right? Muscles can be built, muscles can be stretched, muscles can be destroyed and rebuilt, right? So muscles are the mind is just a muscle. It can be stretched. There's so much more that your mind can do than you are using it for, right? So the mind can be stretched, right? All that I am because of my mind. I am because of my mind. If I'm limited, it's because of my mind. If I'm unlimited, it's because of my mind, right? So that's what we'll talk about, the growth mentality. And we'll talk more about that as we go into chapter 5, the growth mentality, having that knowledge, that I can grow into things. I can grow into things. I'm not limited by what I know already. I am not limited by the circumstances of my life. I'm not limited by my past. I am limited by what I choose to do, how far I choose to go, what the price I'm willing to pay, the sacrifice I'm willing to pay. God spoke to Abraham, after Lot left him and said, look, look to the north, look to the south, look to the west, look to the east, as far as your eyes can see, that's what I will give you. You are the one that will limit what you can get. As far as your eyes can see, as far as your eyes can see, I will give it to you. His question is, what are you seeing? How far are you seeing? If you can see it, you can have it. If you can see the invisible, you can have the impossible. The question is, what are you saying? How far are you saying it? We are our own limit. We are our own limit, right? So we can get more out of life. I see a lot of people giving excuses, learned helplessness, oh, student boy, exchange rate, I can't do this. Oh, the situation in Nigeria. You do know the situation in Nigeria? Which situation in Nigeria? People are getting rich every day. People are becoming millionaires every day, billionaires every day, right? Are you so cursed? Have you done all that you can do? Are you doing your best where you find yourself? Have you done your best? Stop giving excuses. Start applying yourself. Stop knocking. Start knocking on the future. Start knocking on your future. Start knocking on the future of your dreams, and the door will be open to you. It's not going to be open unless you knock. So start knocking, start doing your best where you find yourself with what you have at this point in time, not tomorrow, today, this very second. Start doing your best where you find yourself with what you have, what is available to you, and you will surprise yourself, right? So the mind is a muscle. It can be stretched. You can get more. You can get more. You can get more. It's a matter of applying yourself. It's a matter of doing all you can do today. It's a matter of doing your best. It's a matter of being present in the moment, being present in wherever you find yourself, whatever you find yourself doing, being present, and begin to see the future of that thing, begin to knock into the future of that thing, begin to extend, begin to grow that thing, into the future, and you will surprise yourself. You will amaze yourself, right? So the recipe for any top performance, always contains a large dash of self-belief. Yeah, you only go as far as you believe yourself to. Not that you have all the answers, but that you know that you can get the answer. Right? Self-belief is not a belief, it's not a false belief, it's not a deception. It's just a confidence that I can get the answer. I may not have all the answer now, but I can get it. I remember Peter Drucker, not Peter Drucker, what's his name? Ford, Henry Ford, was being questioned and how much he doesn't know. And said, why do I need to know all of that? All I can do is press a button and I'll have a man, qualified enough to answer the question. Right? It's not how much you know, but who you know. You know to get the answer to what you need, right? I have a company. I'm not the farmer. I'm not the agronomist. I have people that can answer questions for me. All I have to do is pick up the phone and call them. Use what you have. You don't have to be the expert of all things. Jack of all trade, master of none. You don't have to know everything, but all you need to do is to know who knows. You know who knows or know who can, right? And use them. Be good at what you do. No doubt. There's something you gotta be good at. Be good at what you do. Be good at managing people. Be good at leading people. Be good at creating systems. Then you can buy other people's time, either by money or wages and salaries or by relationship. Sometimes it doesn't cost you anything. It's a matter of just picking up that phone call and calling the right person, right? So self-belief is not the belief that you know what you don't know. It's just the fact that you have that confidence in yourself that you can find the solution to it, right? You might not know the solution right now, but you can find it. You can get it. You can walk your way through it, right? And that's what happened for us, earlier this year with the first rain, 5 out of 6 of our greenhouses fell apart. I mean, we could have given up. Some people we could have given up. Oh, betide me. Oh, is it the art of God, the art of the devil? Oh, we can't explain it. Oh, art of God. No, no, no. I'm an engineer. Not the art of God, nothing spiritual. It was that what we did was not well done. Right? We'll learn from it, do better. Will learn from it, do better, know better, go further. Will learn from it, do better, go further. Right? We address the situation. Right? We address the situation, get the right resource to find out what went wrong and do it better. Learn from it, do better, go further. Right? So the ability to instill belief both in yourself and in others is a critical part of success. Because if you don't have belief in yourself, you will have already been defeated. A lot of people, probably 98% of people that fail, they fail because they don't believe in themselves. They don't show up. People that don't check the newspaper for advice, they don't even apply for the job. But somebody expect a miracle job without applying. They've given up applying, but somebody expect the job to just fall down from heaven. God will just bring a job to them in their home or where they sleep in church, right? Now, you've got to show up. You've got to do the best, with what you have. You have to do the best with what you have, right? You have to believe in yourself, uh, and you have to believe in yourself. You're going to succeed, and you have to also be able to instill that belief in those that are around you, right? If you are leading people, right? Uh, I had an example in my head. It's just when it comes back, I'll let you know. But the ability to instill belief both in yourself and in others is a crucial part of success because you need to be able to instill that belief, not just in yourself, but the people you surround yourself with, because their doubts can affect you, right? You've got to carry yourself. You've got to have the belief and have the courage for that belief because you have to infect the people that are working with you because you can't do it alone, right? And that's what we do. Sell the belief. I communicate with those that work for me every weekend, the belief that I have, because we all need to work together as a unit, right? If you're going to win as a team, you have to sell your belief to the people. And that's what leaders do, right? A leader is a seller of vision. A leader is someone that sells the vision. If you can't sell a vision, you're not a leader, right? Because you have to sell the vision that the followers will buy. When they buy that vision, then they follow you. Because don't forget, leadership is what the followers give to the leader. The leader doesn't take it by force. How the leader buys the leadership from them is by selling the vision to them, selling the belief to them. They believe so much in the vision and the person of the leader that they freely follow, not forced to follow, right? That's important if you're going to succeed as a unit. Then we came to the word self-efficacy, which is similar to self-confidence, but it's not exactly self-confidence. Self-efficacy, the word efficacy is the propensity or the propensity to function, right? You believe that you can do something, right? You believe that there's a task and you believe you can do that task. You can handle that task. You can do that thing, right? Self-confidence is a bit generic. Self-efficacy is a bit specific, right? You have this efficacy that you can handle the details of your life or the details of the function before you, right? It involves a bit of self-confidence, right? So self-confidence is a subset of self-efficacy. You will have self-confidence as part of self-efficacy, but self-confidence is a bit broad. You're just confident of yourself, right? But self-efficacy is tied to something to be done, right? But it's a word that came from Bandura. It was someone that came up with the concept here in, I believe, 1999, not too long ago. All right, but self-efficacy is the belief that you can do what you need to do to achieve your goals. You can do what you need to do to achieve your goals. Self-efficacy simply reflects confidence in the ability to exert control over one's own motivation. So you're able to make yourself do the thing, right? You're not waiting for some special feeling, but you can make yourself do the thing that you need to do without whether you feel like it or not. You are self-motivated. Self-efficacy involves self-motivation. You're able to make yourself to do the thing that you need to do, right? So it reflects confidence in the ability to exert control over one's motivation, one's behavior, and the social environment that one finds him or herself. right? You're able to get yourself to move, right? So, so if you want to foster self-belief, it is critical to realize that the human mind doesn't respond as well to information and facts as it responds to stories and images, right? Self-belief comes from the stories you tell yourself or the stories that you believe. It comes from your communication to yourself also, right? The way you talk to yourself. I know there was a time in my life that I wasn't that confident of myself. I wasn't sure of myself. I used to talk myself down. Oh, stupid you. Why did you do that? Oh, this. If you're going to build self belief, you're going to build self efficacy, you must talk to yourself gently and respectably because you need yourself to be able to function. Yes, there's people that teach you about, oh, yourself is the worst enemy, oh, depraved man, this, that. There's a truth to that, but it's not the totality of the truth. Yes, there's a bit of depravity. So we'll talk about the lower self, but there's also the higher self. The both of them dwell in you. Your best ally for success is that person that you see in the mirror, not your friend, not your pastor, not your bishop, not your imam, not your anybody, not even God. God has given it to you. God has given you the power of agency, the ability to make decisions. So he has given the power to that person that's in the mirror. That person you are seeing in the mirror is your greatest asset to succeed in life. If you don't take that person along, even God cannot help you. That's why God, even talking to Joshua, he would tell him, only be that courageous, only be that courageous, only be that courageous. Another way of saying it is that only you be that single hide, be that whole, be in agreement with yourself. Have a congruency within you. Because if you don't have a congruency within you, I might not be able to help you. My hands might be shortened by your lack of belief or your dividedness. Right? So you must be able to you must have belief in you must be able to tell yourself the right stories. You must be able to take in the things that empower you and be able to push aside the things that does not empower you. You must for you to have self-belief, self-efficacy, you must manage the mic over your life, right? You don't just listen to any Tom, Dick, and Harry, who's trying to manipulate you, who's trying to use witchcraft on you. If you're going to build self-belief, you have to know the person to listen to and the person not to listen to. Anyone that is talking to you in a way that demeans you, in a way that try to rob you of power, to rob you of believing yourself, that is trying to make you look little small. You need to cancel those people. They don't have a right to mic over your life, right? Life is already so tough. Or what you need people that would speak life to you, not deadness. Life to you, not deadness. Life to you, not deadness. Because you need yourself to fight the battles of life. You are not going to win life without yourself. You are not going to win life without yourself. You need yourself to win the battles of your life. We look at the prodigal son in the scriptures, right? Was dejected, but he only came to life. The Bible said when he came to himself. Who was himself? It didn't say he came to his father. No. His beginning of the journey to victory is when he came to himself. Himself. So the time before, when he was in poverty, when he was suffering, he was not himself. He had not come to himself, right? He had not come to his higher nature. He was crying. He was dwelling in pity party in his lower nature. He was oh, sorrowful man that I am. There's a curse over me. I made a mistake, so I'm cursed. I cannot get back again. If only I had done this. Oh, if only I did that. Oh, if only I did that. Oh, stupid me. Oh, that. I'm gonna get you to the promised land. Beating yourself over and over ain't going to get you to the promised land. Watering last season's harvest ain't going to get you to the promised land. It's time to divorce that mistake. It's time to settle with it and move forward. It's time to begin to write a new story. A story that will take you up, not continue to dig the same hole. Like we say in the law of holes, where if you find yourself in a hole, stop digging. Stop digging. He came to himself, stop digging. He came to himself, stop digging. He came to himself, stop digging. He came to himself and decided it was time to stop digging, time to come out of a hole. It's time to come out of a hole. I will go to my father and tell him, make me, make me, make me, make me, make me. Gotta tell yourself the stories that empower you, the stories that will take you to heaven, the stories that will help you use all that God has endowed you with, not rob you of strength, not rob you of your endowment. What can you do? What's in your hands? Begin to use them. Right? So the main reason that people or organization, for that matter, do not achieve success is because they desire, because achieve success they desire is usually the story they tell themselves about why it cannot be done. The stories you tell yourself why it cannot be done is because I didn't go to school. Oh, because I did school in Lagos. It's because my parents are poor. It's because I'm not from that family. It's because I'm a boy. It's because I'm a girl. It's because I'm a man. It's because I'm a woman. It's because I was abused. It was because uh, I don't come from that ethnic group. Oh, it's because whatever reason it is that you're giving to yourself. Stop it. You have everything, every reason to make it in life, irrespective of where you are today, irrespective of what you don't have. You are most likely to win it, to win in life. The people that have made it in life didn't have what you have. They were more impoverished than you. If they made it, you can make it. I don't care the story of your past. It's time to write a new story. What do you want? How do you want to end this life? Let's write that story. How you want to end this life. What is it that is going to fulfill you? Let's write that story. How can I use my 2 loaves and 5 fishes to bring about the miracle of sustenance in my life? Jesus could do that. Who told you God can't do that in your own life? You're small is enough. If Jesus could feed 5,000 with 2 loaves and 5 fishes, what is your life that he cannot make a masterpiece, irrespective of your past? It's time to divorce your past. It's time to marry your future. It's time to start knocking at the future of your dreams. It's time to dream again. It's time to dream again. It's time to look up. You've had enough time looking down. Let's look up and begin to build, begin to use what we have right now and make the best of it and do our best with what we have. And life will amaze you if you do. It's a story we tell ourselves. That's what limits us or releases us. Let's tell ourselves the stories of possibilities. Let's read about the people that made it. If they made it, you can also. They are not better than you. You're not limited by your skin. You're not limited by your race. You're not limited by your gender. You're not limited by anything in your past, whether you were abused or you don't have parents, you don't have parents, whatever. There's no excuse. You can have the life of your dream. Hold on to that dream and begin to do something with what you have today. It's possible. You are possible. Right? So, a great poet has correctly stated this, this universal truth through these lines, and he says, I bargained with life for a penny. He say, I bargained with life for a penny. If that's what you bargain with life, that's what you're gonna get. And life would pay no more because that's what you bargained for. A penny, that's what you get. That's all you want, that's what you get. However, I bargained at evening when I counted my scanty store. For life is a just employer. It gives you what you ask. But once you have set the wages, why you must bear why you must bear the task. Whatever it is you bargain with life, that's what life will give you. If you bargain, you have to do the job it takes to get it. You know, what's his name? Name is not coming to me right now, but when it does, he's popular for saying this. He says that people fail not because they set a high goal and miss. You got to set a low goal and eat it all the time. They don't set a high goal for themselves. They see themselves as little. If only I can have lunch today, I'm okay. I'll be rich. That's what life is gonna give you. But why go for lunch only? Why not go for having food every day? The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. Put into that want anything that you want. I shall not want in house. I shall not want in food. I shall not want in covering. I shall not want in marriage. I shall not want in children. I shall not want with cars. I shall not want in houses. Or your choice. You make the call and life will give it to you. It's just going to tell you the price to pay. And if you pay the price, you get it. But the price is simple. It's light. Like Jesus would say, my burden is light, my yoke is easy. The burden of life is light. The yoke of life is easy. It's only heavy and difficult when you're not rightly engaged. When you're not rightly engaged, yes, it is difficult. It is heavy. When you're rightly engaged with the right principles of life, the yoke is easy, the burden is light. You can do it. Right? So to achieve to achieve the extraordinary people need the ability to believe despite the facts and not because of them. To achieve, um, you must not be limited by facts. You're only limited by truths, laws, and principles. Facts change. It's a fact, but it's not permanent. The things that don't change are truths, laws, principles. Facts change. So extraordinary people know the difference. The exchange rate today is 1,500. That's a fact. Tomorrow, it might be 1,400, it might be 1,600. It might be higher, it might be lower. I'm not going to be limited by the exchange rate. What is the truth? I can get a source that will always supply for me, that irrespective of the exchange rate, I'll be able to meet my need. That's my focus. I don't focus on what I can change, what I can control. Someone else controls that. What I can control is my ability to maintain my level, my standard of living, irrespective of the changes and the things I cannot control. Like I say all the time, I'm going to retire in 2 years' time. I cannot guarantee what the economy of Nigeria will be in 2 years' time. What I can guarantee is that my life will not be less. My life will be better. Edwin, you're welcome. Yeah, my life will be better, not less. Yes, retirement money will be less, but my standard of living will not be less. That is in my control. That's why I'm planning towards it. That's why I'm working towards it. Because it's not going to come just of its own accord. Everything in life is orchestrated. You have to plan for it. You have to knock that door for it to be open. You have to do your part. If you don't put that seed in the ground, don't expect harvest. If you don't water, nurture that seed, don't expect a bounty harvest. You have to do your part. Yours is to put the seed in the ground. Yours is to water. God is to do the increase. God brings about the increase. You do the sowing, you do the watering. God brings about the increase. So the ancient wisdom says, give and you shall be given. Give and you shall be given. Sow, water, and you shall be given. Right? Pressed down, shaking together, and running over. So will men put into your bosom. Because infinite wisdom, providence, you walk through men to bring back to you. But guess what? The starting point is not the men. The starting point is you. What are you sowing? What are you doing to cause the miraculous effect of a return to you? What are you sowing? Just like we said, I believe in one of the other chapters, right? You will judge a day by what you sow, not what you reap. Judge the day by what you sow, not what you reap. Because sowing is the key to life. Sowing is the beginning of the miracle of life. Sowing, giving is the beginning of the miracle of life, is the key to life. When I sow, then I activate the harvest. I activate a miracle on my behalf. Because the ancient wisdom says, sow, give, and it shall be given to you. Give, and it shall be given to you. It doesn't specify what you give. And it's not saying you give what you don't have. You give what you have. You give what you have, not what you don't have. It doesn't have to be money. It's every resource that you have at your disposal that you can use to be a blessing at the right time, in the right place, to the right person, or to the right thing. But when you give, you activate the miracle of life, because it's give and shall be given. And it's not the same quality, it's in a greater quality that you get than what you give. Right? So to achieve extraordinary people need the ability to believe despite the facts, not because of them. Always separate. Facts change, and you're not probably in control of the facts. The laws, truth, principles don't change. You use them, not change them. You use them, you use them. When you use them aright, you can change the facts in your favor. Right? So the extraordinary people understand the difference. Right? So you will always be able to find 100 reasons that something isn't possible. You can find as many reasons as you want why something is not possible. Your lazy mind, your lazy lower nature will always find a reason why something is not possible, why you can't go do exercise, right? Why you can't visit that person, why you can't make it, why they can't get you that job, why you won't get that promotion. You know, easy to find reasons not to do a thing, not to engage. But extraordinary people, they come to themselves, they come to their higher nature, and are motivated by the vision they have of themselves, by the future they want for themselves. They understand that that future is the harvest. And to get my harvest, I have to sow. I know the harvest I want. So I ask myself, what's the seed that will give me that harvest? So I sow the seed to get that harvest. I sow the seed to get that harvest. I sow the seed to get that harvest. Because I know that it's all in my hands. God is not going to do it for me. I am the one that initiates the miracle of life. It's what I sow that will determine my harvest. I sow to get the harvest. I do today what I need to do that will bring about the harvest I'm looking for in my future. I don't give myself to the 100 or more reasons why I shouldn't do it, because not doing it means that I'm already canceling my future. I'm leaving myself to the effect of the downward pull of life. And my future will ask for the seed. Why didn't you sow? Why didn't you sow? Why didn't you sow? I control my future by the seed I sow today, the things I do today. So I'm not going to give myself to excuses not to do it. I find out what I need to do today to get the future that I want, and I do it. I put my best to it, right? So that's important. You don't give yourself to the lower nature. And dreamers don't have special genes. Your dreamers, achievers don't have special genes. They are simply determined and relentless in chasing those dreams. People that make it in life don't have any special genes. It's just what they do with what they have, right? We'll give you the example of Ronaldo, Nani through the series. Same thing. It's what they gave. One went the extra mile, the other one did not go the extra mile. So one gained notoriety, the other one did not gain notoriety. Why are you not putting your best into what you do? Why are you not going the extra mile in what you do? Why are you satisfied with a little? Is that the future you're looking for? If you're looking for a great future, you need to go the extra mile now because your future is limited by the seeds you're sowing today. It's limited by what you're doing today, right? So anyone wanting to break records and push boundaries must build a clear picture in their mind of what they want to achieve and ask the question, what do I need to do today to achieve it? That's important. And that was pretty much the summary of chapter 4. We'll go on to chapter 5. The title of chapter 5 was Success is About Mindset, Not Facilities. And this one was what took us to read an extra book titled Mindset by Dr. Carol Dweck. So we read that book to support because that this chapter references the book. So we read it in support of all that we discussed here. And we just talked about mindset. They're pretty much just basically two kinds of mindset: a fixed mindset, the growth mindset. The fixed mindset is the lazy mindset. It's one that is has what we call an external locus of control, feels that he's not in control of the things, of the affairs of his life. Oh, my life will just, hey, the government is controlling my life. I am poor because of the government. Ah, it's because this government entered. That's why I'm poor. Oh, it's the exchange rate too. Oh, it's because it rained. That's why I didn't have harvest. Oh, it's because it did not rain. Oh, it's because they have not paid salary. A fixed mindset is limited to what others do or what has already occurred. He doesn't see a growing and expanding future. A growth mindset has what we call an internal locus of control, takes responsibility for both the past, the present, and the future of their life. Takes responsibility for both the past, the present, and the future of their life. They know that their past does not cancel their future. Irrespective of their past, they know they can have the future of their dream. They just need to desire it and begin to sow the seeds that will get them there. They know that they can learn. They can learn. They can learn. They are not limited by what they already know. They can learn and become better and do better. Right? If this is the level of their performance, they're not limited by that level of performance. They know that they can get better, they can do better, they can expand their horizon, right? They can expand their horizon. They are not limited by where they are. They are not limited by what's happening in their environment. They can overwhelm the environment, right? They take ownership of the sail of their boat. They are not limited to wherever the wind is blowing. No, they're able to adjust their sail to use the wind to take them to where they want to go. They are not just going to go wherever the wind takes them, but they know and they use their sail to use the wind to go in the direction they want to go. That's important if you're going to win in life, right? So the quote that pretty much runs through the whole chapter was talent tends to get in the way of itself, and that's important. It's not what's in your hand that's important in life. It's what you do with what is in your hand. And one of the things I keyed in more into this as we went through this is intelligence. I'm an intelligent person, right? And I say that in public. Everyone that knows me knows that. But my intelligence has not necessarily helped me in life until I got to know that it was standing in my way. And this happens to a lot of intelligent people. They think intelligence of their own will make them progress in life. Nope. Intelligence is just a tool. Whether it works for you or against you is a function of what you do with it. A lot of intelligent people, because of their intelligence, look down on other people. They what they have in intelligence, they lack in what we call social fitness. They are not able to build relationship and maintain relationship in a way that is profitable. They're too carried away by what they know and what they see. Because you're intelligent means that you see the depths around and in other people. What you do with that depth can either work for you or against you. The way you communicate and help other people with the errors that you see can work against you. So your intelligence can be a liability, not an asset. So you see a lot of people that grow into management are probably the less intelligent people because they have a better, what we call social fitness and emotional intelligence than the seeming um, intelligent people, right? What we call the analytical, IQ intelligence, right? So it's not what you have, it's how you use what you have to help your journey of life that is important. So talent tends to get in the way of itself because some people have talent and just says, hey, I have talent too, so I'm the best too. Don't worry, when we're ready to run, just call me, I'll run. Whereas the guy that doesn't have talent knows that he has deficiency and is practicing. He's getting proficiency in that particular aspect because he doesn't have some what others might call innate talent. He ends up being better than a supposed talented person because winning involves whatever it is that you're doing becoming second nature, building the bits of that thing. It's not just the talent, being able to build the bits of that thing, being able to do that thing fast enough, right, in a proficient way, better than other people, better than your competition, being able to have momentum in that thing. It's not just being able to do it, it's the momentum, it's the velocity of making decisions and acting. So talent tends to get in the way of itself. I often think that people succeed more despite their talent than because of it. Because it's not what you have, it's what you do with it. Right? Don't let your supposed asset become a liability for you. Right? Remember, it's a tool. It's not going to work on its own. It's what you do with it. Right? So talent alone isn't enough. Intelligence alone isn't enough. Connection alone isn't enough. Your tribe is not alone is not enough. Your academic qualification is not enough. Your physique, your dexterity is not enough. It's what you do with it, how you use it, that will determine your ability to perform at a high level or not. You need to actively work on improving your abilities through practice to reach your full potential. You have to practice. You have to learn the habits of doing it. You have to do it, so do it and do it and do it and do it such that it becomes second nature. You're able to do it fast. You're able to catch the different aspects, more like just catch it by looking at it. Do it so fast and be able to engage it. Practice makes permanence. It gives you an entrance into that area. You become a master in that area. Like we say, to mastery comes from doing one thing 1,000 times, not doing 1,000 things one time. Is doing it, 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 doing it. That it becomes a second nature. It just flows naturally out of you. And that's what we talk about excellence. Excellence is a habit. You make that thing that you are supposed to do and you do a second nature. It becomes a habit. It's like for me, when it comes to math, I see a problem, I just know the solution. I just know the answer. I don't have to think about it. You give me a problem, I just know the answer. But that comes from practice. Comes from doing. My brain is attuned to just know the answer by seeing the problem. We can apply that in every area of our life. If there's something you have to do, if there's something that you are paid for, develop proficiency, develop mastery in it. Because don't forget the law of compensation says that what you pay, what you get paid, is a function of the difficulty of doing that job that you are doing. And the difficult is how the difficulty of that job and how difficult it is to replace you. You have to differentiate yourself so that you're not easily replaceable. And no one is indispensable, no doubt. But no one can replace the way you do it. They might get someone to do it, but it can never be the way you do it if only you apply yourself. You do it like the way everybody's doing it, it just dunk you, get someone else. That you are losing nothing. But if you bring your person into what you do, that uniqueness that you bring in, no one can replace you. No one can be like you. No one can do it the way that you do it. If you are present in what you do, no one can replace you. The job might be indispensable, but you are not indispensable. Nobody can do it the way that you do it if you bring yourself to the job. That's how people grow in companies. That's how people grow. That's how people become indispensable. They bring themselves to it, right? So hard work is pivotal in life as it drives goal achievement, right? You can't do without hard work. Everything I said here involves hard work, but not just hard work. It's hard work and smart work. You are doing what needs to be done the way it needs to be done, right? You're not just putting hard work, but you're bringing sense to bear in what you're doing. You're bringing presence to bear in what you're doing, right? But hard work is pivotal in life as it drives goal achievement. So it fosters skill development, builds character, creates opportunities, enhances self-efficacy, and facilitates a long-term success and contributes to personal fulfillment, right? So there's hard work of practicing, of exercising yourself in it, and it makes you build the habit, the right habits, to give you momentum in that thing that you're doing. You're able to have what we call the velocity of making decisions also. The view you adopt for yourself profoundly affects the way you lead your life. So says Dr. Carol. I see Carl here, but it's Carol. So says Dr. Carol S. Dweck, who wrote the book Mindset. You know, we typically say this. We say it's not what you're looking at, it's what you see that changes your life. So people can be looking at the same thing. It's what they see that affects them. It affects their attitude. It affects their attitude. It affects their response. Um, so it affects the message they get from it, right? So it's your perspective to life. Like we would say, it's your view of life. Your view of life comes true for you. You go to a place and you see that all of them are, you assume because they are rich, they are thieves. That's what you get. You don't be a blessing to you because that's the only way you see them. You will not see them in such a light that you can learn from them, you can receive their help. you know. So life responds to you the way you see it, right? It's not what you're looking at, it's what you see. And what you see is a reflection of who you are, right? It's not what you're looking at, it's what you see that changes your life. And what you see is a reflection of who you are. Clean your lens, clean your lens, clean your paradigm. Stop making assumptions. Find out. Ask questions. No. Don't be lazy. Ask questions. No. Assume good intent. So the view you adopt for yourself profoundly affects the way you lead your life. The view you accept for yourself is if you see life as a if you see life as not worth living, if you see that if I put in effort, you won't get result, you will get the way you see life. But you can clean your lens. You can see life from a better picture. See life in a way that it empowers you, not dismember you or empower you. We all need power. We all need encouragement. We all need motivation. So don't be a limiter to yourself, right? Don't be a stumbling block to yourself. Don't be a plug or a clog in the wheel of progress of your own life, right? Be someone that enables your life, right? Ask questions, but be the motivation of your life, not one that stands in the way of your life, right? So with success comes a major problem, keeping up the sense of urgency. So sometimes, like we say, success is your enemy, failure is your friend. While with failure, you learn lessons and you can apply that. With success, you might be full of yourself and assume that I've arrived. There's nothing to learn. I'm the best. And there comes failure after that. So you have to be careful when you succeed, just to remember that you're human and know the lessons learned, apply them, and never, don't forget them, and know that there's you're going to a higher level where you will know as much as you know at this level where you succeeded. So be a constant, never-ending learner, right? And keep on extending the boundaries of your existence. So with success comes a major problem, keeping up with a sense of urgency, right? And needed to accomplish a bigger goal or to sustain a high level of performance over time. With success, you can get comfortable, and that can be a limiter to your new and further success, right? You're welcome. So the best way to combat complacency, which could come from succeeding, and for some people is just from giving up. And the best way to combat complacency is to identify the symptoms in their infancy. When something is trying to make you complacent, you understand the symptoms so that they are not allowed to develop into insoluble problems, right? You just understand the place of that things that could make you complacent because you're not going to grow with complacency. You know, I have a lot going on right now. But you see, I'm still seeking for new grounds. I'm about to start a new business, even in the midst of all my business, right? Because all my business right now pretty much located in Nigeria. And there's an opportunity where I can have a business outside the shores of Nigeria, right? I'm taking it. I'm taking it, because that helps me to spread my risk, right? So I'm able to get businesses that hand forex other than just a local one. You know, I do have investments, no doubt, outside other than this, but in terms of real business, all my business presently are in Nigeria, right? So there's an opportunity to have a business outside the shores of Nigeria, and I'm taking it. See, I'm not being satisfied with my present progress. I'm looking for new things. The rich look for opportunities. The poor look for security. The rich know that their security is in new opportunities. The poor looking for security to consolidate what they already have. They're not looking for new shots. And security and safety is an illusion. It doesn't exist anywhere. The way you get it is by looking for new opportunities. The opportunities inherently become your security. All right, let's move on. So we looked at different terms here as it compares to growth mindset, fixed mindset, complacency. So uh we talk about the need to have a divine dissatisfaction. I know people typically will mix this up, with that statement where it says godliness with contentment is great gain, right? That's not the same thing as talking about complacency. Contentment and complacency are not the same thing, right? Uh, Complacency is being lazy. Is not seeking for growth, right? So when we're talking about dissatisfaction, divine dissatisfaction, the word there, divine, you're content where you are while seeking growth. Complacency, you're content and you're not seeking growth. The difference is the growth part, right? You cannot truly grow if you're not content where you are. You have to be content where you are before you can grow. Otherwise, if you're not content where you are, you won't have the power to grow. But contentment does not mean that you should not grow. You should not have a vision. You should not have uh, a goal of something better. But while you are seeking for that, you must be able to um, make the best of where you are, what you have. Because without that, you only be looking for trouble. You need the power of contentment where you are to be able to handle the growth that you seek. Because if you are not contented where you are, you will not be contented in a new place where you're going to. Because every time we win a war, we must conquer that place where we are. If you don't conquer that place, you will not have room to be able to fight a new war. Right? So contentment does not mean that you are not seeking growth. Right? Complacency is not seeking growth. And your security, your safety is in growth. Because don't forget the world is moving also. The world, things around you are changing at a pace that you don't have control over. So if you're not growing, you're actually uh, going backwards, right? There's inflation, there's different things changing around you. So you have to grow yourself. You want to stay ahead, right? So, and the things that we need against complacency is the need to have hunger. You have hunger to win, to improve, and a willingness to do whatever it takes. You have to have a hunger. Don't let that hunger die. Because you have achieved and got into a particular mountain doesn't mean that your hunger should die. If you get to the peak of the mountain, find another mountain to climb. Otherwise, complacency will have the better of you, right? No matter where you find yourself, things can always be better. You can always be better. I'm not saying you should do it in a way that out of greed. But the only way that keeps your mind young is doing something new, learning something new. Michelangelo at his dying bed, and I believe he was 80, he still said, I am still learning. If I'm still learning, then I'm still growing, I'm still developing, right? It's not because you are not content, but because that's just a sign of life. The sign of life is growth, right? So keep your hunger alive, right? So different people call it different names. John Clotter calls it urgency. Ellen Weiner calls it the rage to master. Uh, Hell Nightingale calls it constructive discontent. So people call it by different names: growth mentality, divine dissatisfaction, urgency, rage to master, constructive discontent, whatever name you call it, have it. The major factor in whether people achieve expertise is not some fixed prow ability, but purposeful engagement. You attain expertise, mastery by purposeful engagement. Continue to engage and do, engage and do, engage and do, engage and do, practice, engage and do, practice, engage and do. That's how you get mastery, right? If you're in a world where the status quo is acceptable, you will not develop. If people are satisfied with what happened yesterday, you will not develop. You need to You need to accept what happened yesterday, but today is here. You need to grow from what happened yesterday. You need to seek to be better than yesterday and look forward to a future that is better than your present. And that future needs a better you. The person that you are right now is not good enough for the future. You have to seek development to be the person that is able to handle the future that is out there for you. If you don't grow, the future will come and you'll not be able to handle it. That's why ancient wisdom says, in a day of adversity, if your strength fails you, it's not the adversity that's the problem, it's your strength that is small. When your future come and you're not able to handle it, it's not your future that's the problem, it's your lack of growth. Your lack of growth that's the problem. The future is the future. You need to grow to become able to handle it. So it's continuous developing, continuous growth. You know, so if you want to get better, you have to make a huge effort. Improvement never comes without a cost. You have to keep on pressing, keep on knowing, keep on doing, keep on getting better. Making a commitment to mastery is making a commitment to a journey that never ends. You keep learning, you keep getting better, right? So the key to improvement is not found inside your comfort zone. You won't find your improvement in your comfort zone. You have to stretch yourself. You have to do something. You have to do your best every day with what you already have. As you do your best, you find new grounds you can tap into, right? I'm talking about doing business outside. It's because I'm doing something inside. It's going to be an extension of what I'm already doing. The only difference, immediate difference, is change of location. If I'm not doing what I'm doing here, I will not be able to tap into the opportunity that is outside the country. And as I do that one, I can tell you I'm going to have new opportunities, other new opportunities. Because the more you do, the more you see to do. The more you do, the more you see to do, the more you do, the more you see to do. Right? So the key to improvement is not found inside your comfort zone. You must nurture a constant feeling of positive discomfort, in particular, in particularly the discomfort that comes from being stretched to the limit. You have to keep stretching yourself, get better, stretching yourself to get better. In my place of work, we used to, as part of our performance management process, call have what we call stretch goal, right? Have a goal that's going to take something out of you to do, as part of our assessment for the year. You put down something that's going to take something that will take something from you to do, and you be judged by that. Will determine whether you have performed during the year or not. But life is like that. If you just do the thing you're already used to, you get tired yourself. You won't have fun. Yeah, put in your best so you do the things you need to, but you can always make it better. Make it better. Extend this, change this, make it better. Extend this, change this, make it better. What about that? Can we do it this way? Can we do it that way? If this is working, what if we tweak this a little? Will it work better? Keep on growing. That's a sign of life. You're not dead. You're alive. Get a value for being alive. God bless you. Thanks for this time. It's been 1 hour mark here, and we've only been able to go through chapter 3, chapter 4, and chapter 5. So we'll continue with chapter 6 next Sunday, God willing. So I'll be back here 2 p.m. West African time, and we'll continue with our summary through our book. We've covered chapter 4 and 5 today, so we'll see how far we'll go next week till we're done with the book. Then we'll go ahead and start with our next book, which will be our ninth book in the process. It's called The Confidence Game. I look forward to sharing this when we get there. But God bless you. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for you all on Instagram Live that came in. God bless you. Thanks for you on my website that joined. Thank you. Thanks for you on YouTube. Thank you. You have a great week ahead of you. God bless you. I'll see you same time on Sunday next week. It's going to be 2 p.m. West African time. We started a bit late today because I had a clash, but normal time is 2 p.m. West African time. God bless you. See you in the same time next week, same channel, and have a fantastic week ahead. God bless you. Bye-bye.